Those of you that follow my channel may be aware that I recently ended up with 3 Glock 23s. I had 2 Gen 3s and I decided I wanted to buy a Gen 4 after I liked my Gen 4 19 so much. So now I have 3 G23s and I decided, well, I don't need 3 no matter how much I like Glocks. So I decided to sell one of them. Now originally I was going to use the money from the Glock sale to buy the rest of the emergency food stores that I've been stocking up on. But at the last minute I decided, you know, I've already broken my if you sell a gun, buy a gun rule once this month, and I didn't want to do it again. That sets a bad habit. So I decided, well, I should probably just go ahead and buy a gun with this money. I should stick to my regular rule that if I sell a gun, I buy a gun. So I started thinking, well, if I'm going to buy a gun, I don't want it to be an impulsive purchase. I want to sit back and think about what do I really, really need? What niche in my collection is not being filled? And I thought about it a long time, and I started thinking, well, what I really need to think is what is the number one thing that most people think about when they buy a gun? What is the number one concern for most gun owners? What is that single unifying thing that we all think about when we choose to arm ourselves with a firearm? And I'm betting you can guess what it is. It's the zombie apocalypse. Now, when you're preparing for the zombie apocalypse, you have to be very practical about what you choose. Now, I've been getting a lot of heat from people lately saying I'm buying too many plastic guns. I need to buy something shiny and stainless and pretty for, you know, what I'm really more known for. But, you know, like I say, when you're buying for the zombie apocalypse, you got to be very practical. You got to start thinking about ease of use, lightweight so you can carry it, holds a lot of rounds. I mean, there's just a lot of things to think about when you're preparing for hordes of human zombies. But then when I was thinking that, I thought, you know, everyone prepares for human zombies. But there's one thing that a lot of people seem to be falling down on. And one thing that I don't think people are prepared for enough that I think they should really start putting more thought into it. And yeah, you guessed it again, it's zombie bears. Now I know what a lot of you nerds are saying right now. You're saying, but the zombie virus doesn't affect animals. Yeah, right, Einstein. What are you basing that on? I don't go for that at all. So if you choose not to be prepared, that's your own funeral. You got no one else but yourself to blame when you're watching them chow down on your kids. I myself, I'm going to be prepared. So I had to sit back and start thinking, what does that mean I'm going to need? Do I need the highest capacity? Do I need the highest caliber? Or do I need both? Because both would be the Glock 20. But then I started thinking, in that kind of a situation, do I really want to trust my life to an underpowered Austrian chunk of plastic? No. Answer to that is I don't. So I started thinking, what am I really going to need in a situation like this? What am I going to need when I'm dealing with death incarnate, the deadly, dreaded zombie bear? And I decided what I'm going to need is this. The Smith & Wesson 460 ES Emergency Survival Tool Kit. That's what you need for zombie bears. The Smith & Wesson 460 ES snub-nosed revolver. This is one big hunking piece of bear stopping power, especially zombie bears. Now they market this as a bear survival kit, as a bear survival gun. It even comes with the Bear Attacks book here. Now they talk like it's going to be real bear, just normal living everyday bear, because they don't want to cause a panic. But we all know what they're marketing this for. It's zombie bears. So I went and picked this up. This is 5 rounds of Smith & Wesson 460. This is for when I drop my 500. What if I'm running, drop my 500, I need a backup gun. So that's what this is. This is the backup gun to my 500. Like I said, it's 5 rounds of Smith & Wesson 460. Or you can also shoot 45 Colt or 454 Casull in this. So you have 2 other options. So this is a 3 caliber zombie bear killer. So if you're preparing for the zombie bear apocalypse, what else could you do but buy the Smith & Wesson 460 ES? Quit fucking honking your goddamn horn. That's it.